Hey guys, welcome to Take 5. This is where we take 5 minutes to apply biblical wisdom to our daily lives. And my name is Lemayan. I'm here with my friend Anthony Mooney. And we'd like to talk about something that many people have said. Maybe you have said it. I know I've said it before. And it's this phrase that we like using: do not judge me. Don't judge me. When someone says something about us that we don't agree with, we're like, don't judge me. So we'd like to just look at the Bible. Many people like to quote Jesus Christ, particularly in Matthew chapter 7 or Luke chapter 6, verse 37. They're like, see, Jesus says, do not judge. And so we'd like to look at one of those texts closely. So, Mooney, if you could just help us with that.
Thank you, Lema, for that introduction. And I think we have a powerful message before us today that we can actually use to learn about the subject of judgment, which is the Sermon on the Mount. You know, when Jesus was speaking to the group of his disciples and the audience in the Sermon on the Mount, which is in Matthew chapter 5 to 7. But we're going to turn specifically to Matthew 7 today. The verses that we're going to be covering are Matthew 7, 1 to 5. And Jesus basically begins by doing two things. He says, judge not that you not be judged. A lot of guys stop there, but we come to realize that Jesus is not forbidding judgment. He's giving, first of all, two things: a word of caution. That's the first thing. The second thing that he's giving is a way to judge. Okay, a method and a procedure, kind of. So we find that in verse 1 and 2, we find a word of caution that he says, judge not that you not be judged. For with the judgment you pronounce, you will be judged. And with the measure you use it, it will be measured to you. So basically, Jesus is just saying to the people that he's preaching to that don't just judge, full stop. It's don't judge, because if you judge, whatever you place as a standard, that standard will be applied to you by the ultimate judge, which is God. So Jesus is basically coming all over this teaching with a very simple procedure that starts in verse 4. And he says, verse 5, and he says, you hypocrite, first of all, he judges the person that would do the judging of not removing their own log. He says, first take the log out of your own eye, and then you will see clearly to take the speck out of your brother's eye. Okay? It's that simple. So we see three things from this passage. We see, first of all, the need that Jesus is saying for us to judge with humility, judging humbly. That, first of all, we must be able to see we have to realize that there's a log in our eye and there's a speck in the eye of another, which means that whatever this other person has may actually be smaller than actually our own sin. Our sin may be greater. And therefore we must approach our brothers and sisters as if we are of a lowly state when it comes to our righteousness. And that leads Jesus to teach the second thing, which is judge introspectively. You know, he says, first, take the log out of your own eye, and then you will see clearly. That's the purpose and the power of being introspective, being able to look within, being able to seek out your own, the state of your heart, the state of your soul, and even the state of your motivations when it comes to judging and giving, even whether it is rebuke, whether it is in a loving tone or not. Asking yourself, am I loving? Do I have this same sin? Do I need to repent of a similar thing? Or do I have a multitude of sins? And we always have a multitude of sins that we need to repent for. And that leads us to the last thing that Jesus says. Then you'll be able to take the speck out of your brother's eye. And that actually is kind of like helping. So this we could classify as judging redemptively. So Jesus says that when you judge in a way that builds up the other person. Because his end is that the church may be built up. May we build on another.
Oh, thank you so much. It has really stood out to me what you say, to judge redemptively. Thirdly, I think one of the ways that God has really helped me to grow in my sanctification is by use of brothers and sisters who have come to me and rebuked me lovingly and showed me something that I should repent for. And that has really helped me to grow in my knowledge and love for Christ. And so thank you so much. And I think this is a call to the rest of us as Christians to humble ourselves and to be ready and actually look out for people who will lovingly tell us stuff that we have done wrong so we can go before God and repent and change those things in our lives. Well, that has been Take 5. Thank you so much, Muni, for joining us today. Until next time, have a great time.
Cheers.